in the right direction. But I do believe things come to light by accident. When it remains on, sounds like it's meant to be.
The springs made when things fall apart. What matters at the end is how you left them on. Fire in my soul, fire in my heart. Till you see on the other side of stars.
Oh, the journey starts from where we did first step. No one's sure what lies ahead before them breath. Roads may be rough and tough, but we will lead somewhere.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Sometimes this journey is about the chase, all about the destination of the world. No matter how far,
No matter how far,
how you go,
how you go.
how long can it last?
Gotta face your life, go get it burn.
When there's a beginning, there's an ending too. As we go away, come across many predicaments. Feel like lights beneath, colors of love that's excellent. The pictures fade away, but it will remain the same.
Stop living dead when your heart's beating still. No slowing down for me, I'm never gonna chill. Every low phase, I'm riding like a trail. I pop by the rules, but outshine.
Only time will tell the money to the thieves. Longer we wait, may it be this way to keep. Standing by for its surge. Charlotte is defense.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Only from the heart one reaches to the sky. Ups and downs it goes for years of each other right. As you go, believing the faith in yourself.
Gotta face your life, go get it go.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? I'm back. I'm back. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Snowy Lotus. Welcome to the Snowy Show. It is May 5th, 2026, Tuesday. I was the first to like. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Welcome. Welcome in. Welcome in. My name is Snowy Lotus. Ice Oni. We're here back again, like I promised. I am exactly 6 minutes and 45 seconds late. You know how it is. You know how it is. We're always late. It's awful. It's awful. I know. I'm awful. It's all right. It's all right. That's okay. I have focaccia. I have focaccia. Focaccia bread. And you know, all that good stuff. Here, let me switch over to this. Aha. Hello, hello. Let me give you something to do. Bear with me, bear with me. Remove out of browser. That. Bam, bam, bam. Grab this. Hello, West. West on 3. How are you? How are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. My name's Snow Lotus. Happy to have you. Happy to have you. Aha. Fantastic. Okay. Browser 2 and bam. You got a little level up bar. You can level up. Yay, yay. if you hit the reaction button on YouTube, it'll level that up. Yeah. Give you something to do whilst I mess around with all my stuff. So today, May 5th, Tuesday, May 5th, 2026, we're going to be reading more Storyworthy because this is my only worthy. This is this is my excuse to actually read the book. If I didn't do it here, I wouldn't do any reading at all. And that's not good. Reading's good. Reading's good, everybody. You should read. You should read. This is the book we're going to be reading. Storyworthy. We have been reading this. We've been slowly reading this over time. We are about halfway. We're about a third of the way. About a third of the way. I got plenty of beverages. And with that being said, I got food over here. I'm gonna munch on it as we go. But we got Storyworthy. We have Storyworthy. Now, last time we left off, we're actually about halfway through chapter 7, I think. Last time we left, yeah, chapter 7. Every story takes only 5 seconds to tell. And this is actually something I've been thinking about quite a lot. Essentially, what the author is trying to explain is that every story hinges on about 5 seconds of an emotion, a feeling, a time, and your story should be built around those 5 seconds. What is up, Ekam? What is up? How are you doing? How you doing? We're reading. It's crazy. We're reading. I hope you're having a good night. My man. What's up? What's happening? What's happening? We're doing some reading. Yeah, if you want to hit the reactions button, it should level up that bar there, give you something to do. Give you something to do while I talk. Give you something to do. Maybe I can put it down here. There you go. Bam. Haha. Should be more easy to look at. Hopefully it's not covering up anything. Uh-oh. My model's funky. My model's a little funky. Haha. Fantastic. Okay. All right, I have food here, and there's sriracha on it, and all I smell is sriracha. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. That's that. We're gonna go ahead and get back to reading. So far the author's point is that a story, whatever story you're telling, should be kind of built around these 5 seconds of an emotion, of a feeling, of a thought, of an event. And your whole story should be built around those 5 seconds. And everything you tell in your story should be trying to give as much clarity as you possibly can to these 5 seconds. All the context needed to kind of make this very impactful moment, this emotion, this thought, this feeling, as impactful as possible. And one of the things that they're using is they are using Jurassic Park. So this is something I'll read before we get back into it. This is directly from the book. Quote, "Understanding that stories are about tiny moments is the bedrock upon which all storytelling is built. And yet this is what people fail to understand most when thinking about a story. Instead, they believe if something interesting or incredible or unbelievable has happened to them, they have a great story to tell. Not true. And so he goes on to talk about how these like small moments, especially one in his life, can lead to impactful stories. But he was given the example about a guy who was saying that he ran his car through his garage door and into his pool. It's a funny story, but how he sees it is it's more of an anecdote rather than a story in his view. So and he's saying because the event of the guy running through the garage door into the pool is there's not really an emotion there. There's not really any feeling there other than, oh, it's like a funny thing that happened. Right. Anyway. So where were we at? Just so he's talking. Okay. We go back. I feel like we should go back. Okay, so we're gonna read this. I'm scared. What did I just scroll into? You just scrolled into me reading. It's scary, I know. We're talking about stories. We're talking about storytellings. Now, if that's scary for you, don't worry. I'll hold your hand. Here. Let me have. I'll hold your hand. It's okay. It's okay. Just give me your hand. I'll hold your hand through it. It's okay. Imagine stay. I'm not sure what that means. What's that mean? I'm Go on. Go on. Okay, so here, yeah, so we're gonna skim through this part. Okay, I did. Oh, you did. Okay, good. What? Bro, what? Oh, brother. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna get back to reading. Autocorrect. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, we're back to reading. All right. In fact, Jurassic Park is not a movie about dinosaurs at all. Christian, Cope, and Spielberg use the dinosaurs. The author is talking about dinosaurs, or sorry, Jurassic Park as an analog to explain this 5-second theory. I think they do it pretty well. So Jurassic Park is not a movie about dinosaurs at all. The directors use dinosaurs to entertain and excite their audience, raising the stakes and building suspense. But the dinosaurs are not at the heart of the story. The 5-second moment in that movie has nothing to do with dinosaurs at all. Jurassic Park is a movie about a paleontologist named Alan Grant, who's in love with a paleobotanist named Ellie Sattler. Grant and Sattler are a couple, but they're not married. It appears that the primary sticking point in their relationship is Grant's unwillingness to entertain the thought of having kids. In fact, he does not like children at all, much to Sattler's disappointment. He considers them noisy, time-consuming, boring, and expensive. He says they smell. In one of the first scenes of the film, he explains to a small boy about how a dinosaur might eviscerate him using a fossilized dinosaur claw to demonstrate. Over the course of the movie, Grant finds himself thrust into the company of 2 children, and ultimately, he and these 2 kids must survive Jurassic Park on their own. Grant risks his life repeatedly to save these children as he gets to know them. He discovers a surprising affection for each one. The boy, Tim, is adventurous and bumbling, and he loves dinosaurs as much as Grant himself. The girl, Lex, is an old soul, mature and wise, skilled with technology, surprisingly calm in the face of danger. I don't like them. More people gotta watch you. You cool. I know. I'm happy you see what I see. I'm happy you see what I see. What? Hello, Danielle. We're reading a book called Story. Hey, by the way, if you hit the reaction button, this bar will like level up. Hi, I'm new. Welcome in. I hope you have a good time here. We're reading a book called Storyworthy. We learn about stories. Back to it. Now, over the course of the movie, Grant finds himself thrust into the company of two children, and ultimately he and these two kids must survive Jurassic Park on their own. Grant risks his life repeatedly to save these children, and as he gets to know them, we were already there. Grant slowly comes to understand that these children are not just smelly, expensive pests. They're interesting and compelling human beings, despite their youth and small stature. The 5-second moment in the film happens when Grant and the two children are perched in a tree resting for the night. Grant has Tim and Lex nestled in his arms as he talks to them about the plant-eating dinosaurs they've just fed by hand. Here's how the original screenplay reads. I'm gonna sleep to this. Night night. Okay, sounds good. Satisfied, Tim settles in for the night. Grant shifts too, getting comfortable, but something in his pocket pinches him. He winces and digs it out. It's the velociraptor claw he unearthed so long ago in Montana. Yesterday, actually. He looks at it, thinking a million thoughts, staring at this thing that used to be so priceless. Lex, what are you gonna do now if you don't have to dig up dinosaur bones anymore? Grant, I guess we'll just have to evolve too. Tim, what do you call a blind dinosaur? Grant, I don't know. What do you call a blind dinosaur? Tim, do you think he saw us? What do you call a blind dinosaur's dog? Grant, you got me. Tim, do you think he saw us Rex? Welcome, it's Shanna. Welcome in. We're reading some books. Sleep so amazingly. Yeah. Get some good sleep. Get some good sleep. I'll be here for long enough for you to fall asleep. Don't worry. Just turn me down a little bit. Grant laughs. Both kids finally close their eyes, but after a moment, Lex pops her eyes open again. Lex, what if the dinosaur comes back while we're asleep? Grant, I'll stay awake. Lex, all night? Grant, all night. Grant lets the claw fall onto the ground. It's important to remember that Grant used this claw at the beginning of the film to frighten the boy he didn't like. It's a boy he thought was smelly and stupid. Now, he has let this fossilized claw go. Instead of holding on to this precious bit of ancient dinosaur, Grant is now holding on to children. One who made him laugh a moment ago, and the other whom he has comforted like a father. This is Grant's 5-second moment. It's the most important moment of the film. It's a moment of true transformation. This is why he tells Lex that he will have to evolve too. The word evolve is important and purposeful. Grant has already evolved. He sees these children as something new and wonderful. His genuine laughter at Tim's joke, his comforting assurance to Lex, and his release of the fossil are all designed to signal this monumentous change. These are the indicators of Grant's 5-second moment, and therefore the climax of the story. Form the climax of the story. Grant likes children. In fact, he loves these two, and he could presumably love others. As a result, he and Sattler will live happily ever after. This is the end of the movie. More must happen, but only because Grant's story of transformation is set in an action-adventure film on an island full of dinosaurs. As a result, there's unfinished business. Exciting encounters with velociraptors, electric fences, and walk-in coolers, but the rest of the film only seeks to wrap things up. How will they escape the island? Who will live and who will die? Though if you know anything about storytelling, you would have known this right from the start. How will our heroes conquer these impossible odds? But none of this is important to the story. In this tree, Alan Grant changes his feeling about children. He loves them even. He likes them, loves them even. Story over. Imagine if I asked you to join me for a movie about a middle-aged man who must learn to apprentice and love children so he can secure his relationship with the woman he loves. Would you be excited about the offer? That's crazy. It's difficult. I'm not reading from the book. It's difficult. Damn, I can't read. Don't worry, I'll read for you. It's okay. It's okay. It's interesting. It's such an interesting way, and I would think it's pretty difficult too. And maybe it's not. Maybe this requires more practice from me, being able to, and I think I got to do some writing on my own. I've been doing some thinking about this specific passage in the book, or this specific part of this chapter. And I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to spend some time like just legitimately writing a story and then performing it here. I think that's something, after reading this more, I was kind of thinking I needed to do this. And I was like, oh, you know, maybe we will. After reading this, I do really want to. This reminds me of a time. Yeah. No, I agree. I need to go and I need to meet my good buddy Orville. Huh? What? So I need to go and I need to go sit down and I gotta like just write a story. write a story about a feeling that I have. I think one of them, we were watching something like this, yes? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're referencing. I don't know what you're referencing. Forgive me. I think one of the stories I'm going to write about is the feeling I get after coming home from work and opening my door, because I have a little scent thing that I have plugged into the wall, and like the scent just kind of hits me whenever I come in the door. So I think I should write a story about that. I think that'd be fun. Okay, we're gonna continue. So would you be excited about the offer? Probably not. But place that heartfelt, deeply resonant story on an island full of dinosaurs, and your opinion may change. And I'm reading from the book again, by the way. And you'll probably leave the theater thinking that movie was great. You'll find it lingering in your mind and heart longer than any dinosaur movie before or since. You'll think it was because of the action and suspense, and that might be some of it, but deep in your bones, you'll love the story because it wasn't about dinosaurs. It was about transformation and love. Another example. Raiders of the Lost Ark, the first and best of Spielberg's Indiana Jones films, you might think it's a story about a man who's trying to find a religious artifact before the Nazis can get their hands on it. You might even think that it's a love story between Indy and Marion. No, Raiders of the Lost Ark is a story about a man who lacks faith. He does not believe in God. Indiana Jones is all science and no spirituality. Then, in his most desperate moment, he finds faith when he needs it. This is the real story of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a story about a scientist who finds God. Don't believe me? In the beginning of the film, Indy makes it clear that he doesn't believe in all of this supposed religious power contained in the Ark of the Covenant. He's hunting for it because of its historical value, and not because of its potential to alter the course of World War II. When a military officer asks if the Ark of the Covenant contains the actual 10 Commandments, he says, yes, the actual 10 Commandments, the original stone tablets that Moses brought down from Mount Horeb and smashed, if you believe that sort of thing. It's clear that Indy does not. When the officer asks Indy about the light emanating from the Ark in a picture that he shows them, Indy says, who knows, lightning, fire, the power of God or something. Indy is dismissive. He's clearly not a believer. He regards lightning, fire, and the power of God as one and the same. This is just a picture to Indy. It doesn't represent the truth of the Ark in any way. The tone of his voice speaks of a lack of faith in any kind. Yet at the end of the film, as the Nazis are about to open the Ark for the first time, Indy, who's now tied to a pole with Marion, closes his eyes and tells Marion to do the same. He warns her to look away. If the Ark was merely an artifact, Indy, the scientist who would want nothing more than to see what it contained, he spent the entire movie risking his life for this very moment. But that does not happen. Instead, the scientist has become a believer. Just as the Ark is about to be opened, Indy finds faith in its power, therefore God, and it's newfound faith that saves his and Marion's life. The Nazis die, face melting off their skulls, leaving only Indy and Marion alive. This is Indy's 5-second moment. the moment he finds faith, the moment he believes in the power of God. This is how most big stories operate, at least good ones. Big stories contain these tiny, utterly human moments. We may be fooled by whips and snakes and car chases, but if it's a good story, our protagonist is going to experience something deep and meaningful that resonates with the audience, even if the audience doesn't fully realize it. Another one of my more popular stories is This Is Gonna Suck. I will retell it full in chapter 13, and you can watch it on the Storyworthy the Book YouTube channel. But essentially, it's a story about an event that took place in my life when I was 17 years old. Okay. But maybe just some bread, so I get him something else. What? Oatmeal? Go to get us something to eat because it was a long video. Yes. So I get us some sandwiches. But, well, Orville is an elephant. They don't exactly have fingers, even hands. So I go to tell him something else. Maybe some bread. I forgot what it was. Bread. Oatmeal? Maybe rye. My cat hates your voice. Aw. That's a shame. I think what needs to happen is your cat needs to listen to me more. I think that's the problem. I think if your cat listened to me more, they should be fine. Sourdough. No, sourdough. I'm not sure where you're going with this, but I'm here to see where it goes. I'm here to see where it goes, T. I am. I'm kicking my cat out to listen to you. Fantastic. Okay. I get my good buddy Orville from Sourdough. Okay. Yeah, you keep going off. I'll catch back up with what you're saying. Okay. Where are we at? Oh, okay. So yeah. So he's talking about his one. So this is the author talking about his one of his more popular stories called "This Is Gonna Suck." Okay. On December 23rd, 1988, I was involved in a head-on collision. 1976 Datsun B210 versus Mercedes-Benz. That sent my head through the windshield and embedded my legs in the underside of the dashboard. Minutes after the accident, I was dead. I was lying on the side of the road without a pulse or respiration. Paramedics administered CPR and brought me back to life. All this sounds like the making of a great story, but the story isn't about the car accident at all. Like Jurassic Park, the real story isn't about the big thing. In fact, when people talk to me about the story, they rarely mention the car accident or my near-death experience. Instead, they speak about my 5-second moment. When I find myself alone in the emergency room, 2 hours after the accident, waiting for my surgeons to operate on my ruined legs. Upon hearing that I was in stable condition, my parents decided to come check on the car before checking on me, leaving me alone, frightened, and in terrible pain in the corner of a cold, sterile emergency room. Okay. He eats it. Wants to go on for a walk, but we get some more bread for the birds and ducks. The ducks. Okay. All right, I'll catch up to that. I'll catch up to that. Except in turn, it turns out that I'm not alone, because my friends from McDonald's find out about the accident and quickly fill the waiting room, making the kind of noise that only a gang of teenagers can make. When nurses realize that my parents aren't going to make it to the hospital before I'm rolled into surgery, they push my gurney to the other side of the emergency room, prop open the double doors to the waiting area, and allow my friends to stand in the doorway to see me. The girls tell me that they love me, the boys shout extremely inappropriate things to make me laugh, and they chant my name as I'm rolled down the hall to the operating room. This was my 5-second moment. It was the moment when I realized that I had family after all. My friends were my family, and they remained the only family I had, and the only family I needed until I met my wife 15 years later. It might be the greatest 5-second moment of my life. Audiences cry when I describe the opening of those double doors. If I'm not careful, I often tear up myself. But no one ever mentions the accident or my death or my miraculous return to the land of the living. The moment that they connect with is the moment those emergency door rooms open, and I discover that I'm not alone. The accident itself is like the dinosaurs of Jurassic Park or the car chase and poisonous stakes of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's big and compelling and remarkable, but it's ultimately just a car accident without my friends showing up in the emergency room when I needed the most. It's just another car crash story. Turn on the news at 11 p.m. and you'll see that they're a dime a dozen. Without my friends arriving in my time of need, there's little for the audience to connect to. But add my friends to the mix and everything changes. We've all felt alone at some point in our lives. We've all been let down by loved ones, perhaps even by our parents. We've all had moments when we're unexpectedly lifted from pain or despair by the kindness of a friend. This is what people connect to. Few people will ever understand what it's like to crash through a windshield or awaken to paramedics performing CPR on your body. But feeling alone, forgotten, lost, we all know that feeling. Without Alan Grant's transformation from a man who despises children to a man who loves them, Jurassic Park is just another dinosaur movie in a long line of dinosaur movies, simply with better special effects. None of us will ever know what it's like to be chased by dinosaurs or electrified by fences or trapped in a kitchen with velociraptors. But we all know what it's like to have something large and seemingly implacable, brother. Oh, what's up? Welcome back, Asher. Welcome back. The ducks. Maybe it's duck season. Where are we at? Implacable. Implaceable? Something seemingly implaceable standing between us and love. We all know what it's like to want something that the love of our life does not. We all understand how difficult relationships can be and the joy that comes when finally making them work. If you think you have a story, ask yourself, does it contain a 5-second moment? A moment of true transformation? Your 5-second moment may be difficult to find. You may have to dig for it. I was more than 3 years into my storytelling career when I finally told this is gonna suck. Why? It took me that long to realize that the story shouldn't end in the back of an ambulance. You might think that a story with a near-death experience should end with the near-death experience. For a long time I did. How could that not be the most important moment? It's hard to imagine that a person's death and return to life might not be the most compelling part of the story, but in my story, it's not. It's merely a necessary detail to get me to the end. The real ending takes place in the emergency room. Besides, with near-death experiences, you don't realize that you're dead or dying until after the fact. In both of my experiences, when my heart stopped beating and I stopped breathing, I had no idea that I had died. I was only told much later about how close I'd come to death. If you're not aware that you're dying, there's no moment of change or transformation. It's a simple matter of slipping from consciousness to unconsciousness to death. Thus, no 5-second moment. Similarly, it took me more than 5 years to tell a story of my arrest and near confession for a crime I didn't commit, because that story also lacked a 5-second moment. When I finally told that story in the Moth Grand Slam Championship in 2016, my fellow storytellers came to me after the show and said, "You were arrested and tried for a crime you didn't commit, and it took you 5 years to tell a story?" "Yes," I said. "Until this week, I didn't know how to tell it." If possible, go listen to that story on the Storyworthy the Book YouTube channel before reading on. In that story, it wasn't until I thought long and hard about that period of my life that I realized that the interrogations, the police intimidation, my near decision to confess to the crime out of fear, my arrest and my trial were not the most important parts of that story. In the end, it's a story about standing in a mop sink in a dark closet in the basement of a police station, trying to decide if I should confess to a crime I didn't commit. In a moment of desperation, I asked a God I didn't believe in for help. And a little like Indiana Jones, I somehow received an answer. It's a story about a young man taking one step closer to a faith that's eluded him for so long. It's a tiny moment in an enormous story filled with police officers, interrogation rooms, handcuffs, jail cells, and a courtroom trial. But what people remember about this story is my 5-second moment in a darkened closet when I was alone and calling out for help. And it took me 5 years to find it. So dig, search, hunt, find for this 5-second moment. Allow yourself to recall the entire event. Don't get hung up on the big moments, the unbelievable circumstances, or the hilarious details. Seek out the moments when you felt your heart move, when something changed forever, even if that moment seems minuscule compared to the rest of the story. That will be your 5-second moment. Until you have it, you don't have a story. When you find it, you're ready to begin crafting your story. Oh. Okay, I kind of burned through that last couple pages because I was like, whew. That was good. That was good. That was good. All right. That was good. What? Lazy boy, what is T Todd telling? A story? Is that what's happening here? What if he is? Me and Orb will go on a picnic. Okay, here. Yes, okay. Sometimes I'm scared if Orville will explode if I feed him too much. I hope not. And I thought, what if I feed him something else? What do elephants like? Peanuts? IDK if he's, I don't know if he's allergic. What if I pick a fruit he doesn't like? What if he is? It's about me and my buddy Orville. Okay. All right. Keep going. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'll read it out loud. I'll read it out loud. Yeah, that's it's definitely interesting. The I've got many more. Okay. Yeah, I have a couple stories kind of along the lines of these 5 seconds. Like this one time. Hello, love. How you doing, love? Here, I'm mixing food, forgive me. We're doing story time. We're doing story time, love. I just finished reading Storyworthy. So good. Yeah. That's great. I'm happy to hear. T-Todd's got the best stories. Yeah, I have some stories along the lines of what we were just reading in the book. Where the author very clearly and I think very succinctly talks about in Storyworthy how stories are made up of 5-second moments. Stories are made up of 5-second moments that show some sort of change, some sort of transformation in either yourself or your character. And a kind of change that everybody can connect to. Simple, super simple things, little things. And those make the best kinds of stories. And I think I have some of those. I'll put some together and I'll probably read them live. So subscribe. Subscribe. I'll go through them. Yeah. You look gay, no offense. Thanks. Appreciate it. I take no offense to that. I don't got a problem with that. I am very secure in my masculinity. Oh my god, it's me. Oh my god, someone gets hurt. Welcome back. You're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Happy to have you back. Yeah, to anybody joining, you can press, if you press like the reactions button, on the stream, you can level up this bar if you want to level up. Everybody like and subscribe and hit that bell. And comment. Remember to comment. It's always helpful. Okay. I have to remember more of my stories. Most have Orville, and others have Orville. Me and Orville, we go way back. Snowy, I have a question. All right. I might have an answer for you, love. I might. No promises. No promises. Hopefully the music choice is okay. I think I kind of hear it, so I think it should be a good level. Can you tell another story, please? Me? You want me to tell one? I can tell another story. I can tell another story. So, this is one. We're gonna workshop this. We're gonna workshop, you and me. We're gonna workshop this. Okay. Okay. So this was near the end of a day at work. I work at the box factory. You know how it is. This was at the end of the day. It was probably around 7 o'clock at night. We were locking up, closing everything down. And we were finishing up, you know, shutting down all the equipment. And we were taking things out to the car. Oh, hello, Orville. How are you? We were taking things out to the car. We, you know, getting ready to leave. And we accidentally leave the keys in the car. And so we figured that out, and we try a bunch of different ways to either get the door open. We try to slip through. We try to slip stuff through the door. None of the windows are open, of course. We try to grab like some pieces of metal, try to bend them to try to grab the handle of the door. None of it worked. And so after one attempt after another, we kind of kept failing and failing. And so we kind of decided to, okay, we got to call someone. And so I Google a person to come by, open my door, open the door, and, get us back into the car. And it was a pretty long wait, actually. So during that time I was waiting, I just kind of went back into the back into the place and just kind of sat down and just kind of waited. Got on my phone a little bit. And then I went back out to the car because it had been about 20 minutes or so. I think they said it was going to be about 45 minutes to drive to us. And I remember standing there on the side of my work, because that's where we're parked. We're parked on the side of the building. And I was standing looking out at the road because there's a road right there, cars passing by. And I remember this feeling of seeing all these cars passing by and thinking that, oh, no one's going to help me. And I remember this extreme feeling of loneliness. This extreme feeling of loneliness that honestly I've never felt. I never felt at that point. I still remember that feeling today. I still remember seeing one car after another pass by, thinking that I know that they don't know what's happening to me. But I still need help. But all these people passing by and no one's going to help me. And, you know, I remember this feeling so vividly, and I think it's kind of changed how I view the world. I think it's drastically changed how I view the world and how I interact with it. That kind of 5 seconds, if we'd say, of loneliness that I felt, even though, you know, I had people with me and we were just waiting for the person to come to open up the door. I felt I felt probably the loneliest I've ever felt in my life. That the feeling of no one's coming to help me, no one's gonna come save me. That feeling has persisted for many years. And eventually, you know, the guy came and he had this kind of pump, this padded thing with a pump, and he slid the thing into the door, pumped the thing open, and the door kind of just popped open. It took probably about another 20 minutes past when I first was standing there at the staring at the road. Hello, Misa. How are you? I hope you're having a good night or afternoon or a day. Sometime. But the guy came by, opened our door, and we were able to go home. By the time we got home, it was probably about 8 or 9 o'clock. I subscribed to you, T-Toad. Yeah, subscribe to T-Toad. Don't forget to subscribe to me too. But we eventually went home. And you know, I kind of just forgot about it. But that severe feeling of loneliness, like I was saying, it's kind of stuck with me. It's kind of always lingered in the back of my head. And I still think about it today. I actually was thinking about it earlier today. I was sitting there at work again. Where else would I be? And I had this another feeling of loneliness kind of wash over me. What was it? What was it from? It was from, I think I was reading a manga. I think I was reading a manga, and I had this kind of severe feeling of loneliness wash over me, seeing how the characters in the manga interact with each other and how, you know, they're friends and they hang out and they do all this different stuff. And I had this feeling, not as bad as it was, you know, back when I was standing there staring at the road, but it was kind of the same. It was kind of on the same vein of feeling alone in the world, feeling that no one's there to be with me. So as you know, I was gonna say as sad as that sounds, but you know, I'm telling a story. I do kind of want to refine that getting locked out of my car story. I think that could be a good story. I think that's, I have a 5-second moment right there. I just got to work on it. All right. Oh boy. All right, everybody. I'm probably gonna call it there. We've been going about 50 minutes now. I'll be back tomorrow. 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be back tomorrow. I feel that every lonely day to Snowy, we twin. Yeah, it's hard, Lazy Boy. It is hard. It's a difficult thing. I don't think about it too much. And that's usually how it I just don't really think about the problem. That was good. What the heck? Thank you, love. Thank you. Yeah, it's a difficult thing to deal with that loneliness. I usually just don't think about it. I think I was talking. Oh, actually, in a video I just uploaded to the main channel, I was talking about this, how I compartmentalize. Yeah, I think it's one of my newest videos. What was it? Goals? Yeah, I think I titled it Goals. Something like that. Anyway, I talked about it in my newest video, how I kind of just compartmentalize ideas and emotions. I have to go. I may return tomorrow. T-Todd, don't worry. I'll be back here tomorrow at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be back. And then you can continue your stories in all their glory. Anyway, yeah, so what I do is, especially with the feeling of loneliness, is I basically take those feelings, put them in a box, and then kind of put the box over here. I put them off on the side, and I just kind of box up the feelings, and you know, I think about it later. But sometimes I open the box and I think about it. Anyway. We're gonna call it here. Everybody, thank you for joining me. Lazy Boy, T-Todd, everybody else that joined me. I really appreciate it. It's always nice to have people to talk to. I'll be back tomorrow, like I was saying, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe. That's that. My name's Snowy Lotus. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow. And as always, see ya. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.